Welcome to Episode 10, the Consumption-Based Model and Cost Efficiency. The most defining feature of cloud computing is that you pay for what you use. Instead of buying servers, storage, and licenses up front, you consume computing power like a utility, turning it on when needed and turning it off when finished. This approach changes how organizations think about budgeting and technology strategy. In the past, capacity was purchased for peak demand, often leaving resources underused. In the cloud, you can align cost with activity almost perfectly. The challenge is learning to manage that flexibility wisely. In this episode, we'll explore how the consumption model works, how to avoid waste, and how to create predictable value from variable spending. The shift from capital expenditure, or CapEx, to operational expenditure, or OpEx, is one of the biggest mindset changes the cloud introduces. With CapEx, you invest heavily in equipment that depreciates over years. With OpEx, you pay for services monthly or hourly as you use them. This shift removes the barrier of large upfront investments and allows smaller teams to experiment without waiting for budget approval. However, it also introduces a new responsibility, monitoring consumption closely to prevent unplanned costs. Finance and technology teams must collaborate more than ever. Treating cloud as an ongoing expense rather than a one-time purchase turns cost management into a shared, continuous process. Understanding meters, units, and SKUs, short for stock-keeping units, is essential for decoding your bill. Every Azure service tracks usage through measurable units, such as compute hours, gigabytes stored, or transactions processed. Each service has its own SKU, representing a distinct configuration of performance and price. For example, a virtual machine SKU might define the number of CPUs and memory available, while a storage SKU specifies redundancy and speed. Knowing which SKUs you've chosen and how they map to your workloads helps you predict spending accurately. You wouldn't drive without a fuel gauge. Similarly, understanding how your services are metered keeps your budget under control. Right-sizing resources means matching what you provision to what you actually need. Many new cloud users over-allocate capacity to feel safe, but that safety has a price. Monitoring CPU, memory, and network utilization helps identify underused resources. Azure tools can even recommend smaller SKUs when performance data shows consistent low usage. Scaling down unused capacity can save significant money without hurting reliability. Right-sizing should be a regular practice, not a one-time task. Think of it like tuning an engine. It keeps your cloud efficient, lean, and ready to handle new workloads without waste. Auto-scaling is the dynamic companion to right-sizing. Instead of adjusting capacity manually, auto-scaling automatically increases or decreases resources based on demand. A website might add servers when traffic spikes and remove them when it slows. This ensures consistent performance while avoiding unnecessary costs. Auto-scaling works best when combined with good monitoring rules and realistic thresholds. Setting it too aggressively can cause constant scaling, while setting it too loosely can create lag. With tuning, auto-scaling becomes the perfect balance between customer satisfaction and cost control. It's one of the clearest demonstrations of how cloud economics rewards smart automation. The ability to stop paying when workloads are idle is another key advantage. In traditional environments, hardware costs continue even if no one uses the system. In the cloud, you can deallocate resources or shut them down when not in use. Developers can pause test environments overnight or on weekends. Data pipelines can run only during business hours. These small pauses add up to major savings over time. Automation tools can schedule shutdowns to avoid human error. This model encourages mindful consumption. Use what you need, when you need it, and nothing more. Idle resources are silent spenders. Eliminate them to stretch every dollar further. Reservations and savings plans help balance flexibility with predictability. If you know you'll use a service consistently, you can commit to a 1 or 3-year term for a lower rate. Azure reservations apply to resources like virtual machines or databases, while savings plans offer broader flexibility across services. These commitments can reduce costs by up to half compared to pay-as-you-go pricing. However, they require careful forecasting. Buying too much reserved capacity can trap funds in unused commitments. The trick is to analyze historical usage patterns and reserve only what stays steady. A mix of reserved and on-demand resources usually provides the best balance. Spot capacity offers deep discounts for workloads that can tolerate interruptions. Providers sell unused compute capacity at lower prices, reclaiming it if higher priority demand arises. Spot instances are great for batch processing, testing, or simulation tasks that can pause and resume. They're not suited for critical systems that require guaranteed uptime. By designing certain workloads to be fault-tolerant, you can take advantage of this opportunistic pricing. It's similar to flying standby. You save money if you're flexible. Spot usage demonstrates that creativity, not just automation, drives true cost efficiency in the cloud. Egress costs and hidden charges are areas that surprise many newcomers. Egress refers to data leaving the cloud, downloading files, moving data to another provider, or sending large volumes across regions. While inbound data is often free, outbound transfers can add up quickly. Additional costs may appear for transactions, API calls, or premium support. Understanding your data flows helps you avoid unexpected charges. Placing data closer to users or consolidating traffic through caching can minimize egress fees. Transparency is the goal. Know every factor that influences your bill, so no part of it feels mysterious. Budgets, alerts, and spending guardrails keep financial control proactive rather than reactive. Azure Cost Management allows you to set budgets per subscription or department and receive alerts when spending approaches limits. Automated notifications prompt investigation before costs spiral. You can even use policies to block new resource creation when budgets are exceeded. Treat these features as safety nets, not punishments. They promote accountability and empower teams to experiment responsibly. Regular budget reviews turn cost control into an everyday habit rather than a quarterly surprise. Tagging resources for showback and chargeback links, spending to the teams or projects that consume it. A tag is a simple label like Department Marketing or Project Analytics attached to each resource. When tags are consistent, reports show exactly who used what and how much it cost. Showback reports inform leaders. Chargeback models recover costs from business units directly. This transparency drives smarter behavior. When teams see their actual consumption, they naturally become more cost-conscious. Good tagging is the foundation of cloud accountability, enabling fairness and financial clarity at every level of the organization. Pricing calculators and total cost of ownership, or TCO, tools help estimate costs before deployment. Azure's calculators let you select services, regions, and SKUs to simulate a monthly bill. The TCO tool compares cloud and on-premises costs, factoring in power, cooling, labor, and depreciation. These estimates guide planning discussions and support business cases. They also help identify break-even points between consumption and reservation. Using these tools regularly builds intuition for how design choices translate into money. Over time, you'll start seeing architecture not just in technical terms, but in financial ones, a hallmark of cloud fluency. Optimization in the cloud is never finished. It's a continuous loop. Measure usage, adjust configurations, validate results, and repeat. Even small changes, like switching storage tiers or consolidating databases, can yield noticeable savings. Periodic reviews prevent drift and uncover new efficiency opportunities as services evolve. Many organizations schedule monthly cost stand-ups to discuss trends and share lessons learned. Efficiency is not about spending the least, but about spending with purpose. A well-optimized cloud environment delivers more value per dollar, aligning financial discipline with innovation. The key principles of cost efficiency are straightforward yet powerful. Pay only for what you need, size resources to demand, automate wherever possible, and maintain visibility at all times. Understand your usage patterns, reserve capacity wisely, and eliminate idle spending. Treat cost management as an ongoing skill, not a one-time cleanup. Cloud computing rewards awareness and agility. When you master the consumption-based model, you transform the cloud from a bill into a lever, one that amplifies both performance and business impact with every smart decision you make. Thanks for listening. For more audio courses, daily newsletters, and more, please visit baremetalcyber.com.